Hey everybody, welcome back to another Triple Hound video, and we got a lot of really great responses to our recent couple of videos making custom superhero characters out of these new Fallen Heroes customizable like zombie superhero skins in Fortnite. And in particular, we did a couple of Marvel superheroes from the Marvel Zombies comics in the What If television show on Disney+, and of course we did some DCeased superhero characters from the limited string of DC comics in which some of their characters became like zombie-like characters as well. But we've had requests for more of the DCeased characters, in particular Batman and Green Lantern. And we've really had a couple of requests for Green Lantern in particular. So we decided to give those two extra DCeased characters a try. As you can see here, the Batman in front of you is not great. One of the reasons that we had kind of resisted doing Batman previously was because there's no way to put a cowl on these zombie characters like there is in the boundless customizable skins that we'd used for other non-zombie superhero characters in the past. And you really need that cowl to make Batman look right, even as a zombie. But since there was a real specific request for Batman, and while we were in here working on Green Lantern, who we'll show you in a few minutes, we figured, well, let's give it our best try and then throw him in the video and see what you guys think. And so with that, let's show you how we made the DCeased Batman and Green Lantern. I'll start out by saying with both of these skins, we used the Haunted Hunter base model. And for Batman, I'll even tell you some of the variants here. We'd ended up deciding on the Victorious body pattern, the skin mask Grim, and the boots full. But as long as you pick the two colors here, the primary color of silver and secondary color of black, or vice versa, primary color black, secondary color silver, you could really justify doing this in a number of different ways. You can't use black on black, which is really what you need for a better or more perfect Batman, because Fortnite has sort of outlawed using black on black with these customizable characters. Because they hide in shadows and stuff, and they consider it a playing advantage. That leaves you with black on silver or silver on black in terms of your color choices, and we ultimately chose the Victorious pattern because most of the front of it is black, and it kind of shows you more black than other colors, and that's what we wanted. However, if you went with the Stalwart suit pattern, and as you can see here, if you reverse the two here, put silver here, black here, it looks kind of like the old comic book version of Batman with sort of the gray suit and the black, like, you know, underwear looking thingies. Similarly, if you put the Bionic Forge pattern on and just left it the same black and silver combination, it might look more like the armor type pattern he has in many of like the Batman movies and stuff. So it's really up to you what you want to use here for the body pattern. Again, we went with Victorious, and we swapped these two and made it primary color silver, secondary color black. And that was to make most of the front of his torso black. Skin color gray, hair color black, eye color gray. And we didn't put a sticker on his chest because really what you want is the Batman logo. And for whatever reason, they've never given us a Batman logo sticker. Despite him being a licensed character in the game, that's just never a thing that they've given us. So if you really wanted a sticker, what you'd want is something that looked kind of bat-like. I think like the best option you might have in here is the IDK logo. It's kind of like the same approximate shape as a bat. Ohm's Revenge is another one that's like, if you don't look too closely and realize it's an owl, you might be able to talk yourself into thinking that that's like a Batman shaped logo. So if you want to do one of those as a sticker on the chest, hey, more power to you. But we decided against anything. If we can't have a bat, we don't want anything. And then we used the battle worn Batman cape because it's a Batman cape, but it's all kind of beat up, and that's what we want for this, you know, DCeased version of him. Similarly, the Batarang axe is kind of like the rough and tumble version of a makeshift Batman weapon. The Batman Zero Wing is the type of beat up Batman glider that we want him coming in on. And if you have the bats as a contrail with all the like the bats flying around him and stuff, like that's the better one to use. And Triple Hound, Noah has that one, but I don't, so I'm just using the zip ribbons here. I use the Boogeyman wrap because it's just basically all black. There are plenty of all black options that you can choose. That's the one I went with. Most of his emotes, I just use sort of basic superhero-y things. The only one that's specific really to this guy is the Bat Signal emote, which I did use. And that is how I made the DCeased version of Batman by popular request, and now we'll get into Green Lantern. With Green Lantern, again, we're using the Haunted Hunter skin, and I guess I'll start right in on his preset and kind of back into like his skin itself. We decided to use the Borealis backer because it's kind of a glowing green light. I know it's sort of supposed to be the Northern Lights, the Aurora Borealis, but we liked the fact that it was kind of a glowing green that kind of fit with a Green Lantern theme. Phantasmic Pulse is just a green on green kind of ray coming off of his, potentially his ring finger, I guess you could say. The Pixel Pilot all green is just, you know, a spaceship or something that you could argue he made out of his, you know, his ring. He imagined it and brought it to life with his ring. Similarly, the Wrathful Breakout, a relatively new contrail, you know, he could create green chains using the power of his Green Lantern ring. For him, it's all the same type of fighting emotes. Instead of the Bat Signal, we decided to give him Power Punch. It's not quite the right color, but, you know, it'll do. Verdant Vascularity is the wrap we decided to use because it's green. There are some other green wraps in existence, but I don't really have many of them. So if you have a better green wrap that you think works better and you've got it in your inventory, by all means use it. And now let's talk about how we made this particular guy. Suit pattern Intrepid, which is really the exact same way we made the non-zombified version of Green Lantern. I can drop a link to that video where we made a custom Green Lantern skin and went to the creative map of Oa that somebody had made, which is really super cool. Anyways, I'll drop a link to that video in the description below if you want to see a non-zombified Green Lantern. But it's basically the same idea. Suit pattern Intrepid, skin mask zombified, boots full. Primary color is green, big surprise there. Secondary color is black, skin color gray, hair color black, and eye color in this case turquoise. We wanted to do something to try to capture his, you know, mask type on his face, and this was the best way we could do it. And here again, no sticker. If you wanted to put like something green on his chest, there's a 4-leaf clover here. You can maybe pretend that that's a Green Lantern logo. I really almost went with the undead digits because not only is it green and kind of the right shape, but it's even like a zombie hand. I almost decided to throw this on him just because it kind of bridges the gap between a Green Lantern shaped logo and an actual zombie hand. But at the end of the day, I decided that if I can't have a Green Lantern logo, I don't want anything at all. And so that is how we made our DCeased version of Green Lantern by, again, popular request. So thank you so much for watching. Please do like and subscribe. Check us out on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. Use code TripleHound in the Fortnite item shop and Epic Games Store. #ad. And yeah, I guess we'll be back with more custom skins later. We're not quite done with these zombie superhero skins, but we thought we would try to at least get in one more video while we're in spooky season. So that's that. Bye-bye, everyone.